Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Catching Up With. We're here to break down the electrifying events from this week's NWA Power, NXT, Ring of Honor, and TNA Impact, giving you the inside scoop on all the action happening in the squared circle. But before we dive into the ring, I want to extend a heartfelt invitation to all wrestling enthusiasts to join us every Saturday for your weekly dose of wrestling excitement. Whether you crave breaking news, in-depth analysis, or the sheer thrill of the mat, Catching Up With has got you covered. Now that the introductions are out of the way, let's lace up our boots and get ready to rumble. It's time to dive headfirst into the heart-pounding world of professional wrestling. NWA Power, May 14, 2024 review. The latest episode of NWA Power kicked off with an electrifying video package, hyping up the anticipated clash between Zian and Mims. The stakes were high as the winner would earn a shot at the NWA National Championship. NWA Crockett Cup play-in matches. The Cheese Amp, Mike Orlando vs. the Heavenly Butterflies. In the first Crockett Cup play-in match, the Cheese and Mike Orlando squared off against the Heavenly Butterflies. The action was fast-paced and intense, with the Cheese Amp, Mike Orlando ultimately securing the victory, advancing to the prestigious tournament. Their dynamic teamwork and resilience shone through, marking them as serious contenders. Crockett Cup hype and announcements. Backstage, tensions ran high as Knox, Murdoch, and the Immortals engaged in a heated discussion about their strategies for the Crockett Cup. The anticipation for the tournament was palpable, and every team seemed determined to prove their dominance. Tom Latimer and Kenzie Page took center stage to unveil the top 16 seeds and the official bracket for the Crockett Cup. The announcement was met with excitement and speculation from the audience, eager to see how the matches would unfold. Aaron Stevens on Blunt Force Trauma. Aaron Stevens made a compelling appearance, hyping up the reigning NWA World Tag Team Champions, Blunt Force Trauma. His passionate words set the stage for their upcoming defense, emphasizing their prowess and readiness to take on all challengers in the Crockett Cup. NWA Crockett Cup play-in matches. The Spectaculars, Brady Pierce Amp, Slade, vs. Kai Price Amp, Cam Fox. The second play-in match featured the Spectaculars, accompanied by Rolando Freeman, taking on Kai Price and Cam Fox. The Spectaculars delivered a stellar performance, with their in-ring chemistry and strategic maneuvers leading them to victory. In a post-match interview, Rolando Freeman celebrated their win, exuding confidence about their chances in the tournament. The King Bees and Women's Tag Team Championship. The NWA World Women's Tag Team Champions, the King Bees, expressed their eagerness to defend their titles at the Crockett Cup. Their confident remarks hinted at intense upcoming matches, promising fans an exciting showcase of women's wrestling. Highlighting NWA's return to the territory system. A nostalgic video package highlighted NWA's return to the territory system, celebrating the rich history and tradition of professional wrestling. This move is seen as a nod to the past, blending classic wrestling values with modern flair. Main event, number 1 contenders match for NWA national title. Zian, with Austin Idol, vs. Mims. The main event featured a high-stakes number 1 contenders match for the NWA national title between Zian and Mims. The match was a thrilling display of athleticism and strategy. In a controversial finish, Zian emerged victorious after interference from Austin Idol, earning a shot at the NWA national champion, Tom Latimer, at the Crockett Cup. EC3 responds to Sam Adonis. At the commentary table, NWA World's Heavyweight Champion EC3 addressed Sam Adonis's challenge for a title match at the Crockett Cup. EC3 exuded confidence, hyping himself up and promising to retain his championship against any contender. His remarks added further excitement to an already stacked card for the Crockett Cup. This episode of NWA Power successfully built anticipation for the upcoming Crockett Cup, delivering solid matches, intense promos, and exciting announcements. Fans are eagerly awaiting the tournament, ready to witness the unfolding drama and action. NXT, May 14, 2024 Review. The latest episode of NXT opened with an intense scene as Noam Dar was found incapacitated backstage, surrounded by medics while Metaphor celebrated noisily. This set the tone for a night filled with high-stakes matches and dramatic confrontations. Women's North American Championship Combine and Qualifiers. A video package broke down the NXT Women's North American Championship Combine and the upcoming qualifying matches, promising fierce competition ahead. Backstage, Kiana James gave an encouraging pep talk to Izzy Dame before her crucial qualifier match. Quick promos and matches. Sol Ruca confidently hyped herself up in a brief promo, vowing to secure her spot in the championship match. Izzy Dame vs Sol Ruca, NXT Women's North American Championship qualifying match. The match saw Izzy Dame aggressively target Sol Ruca's arm early on with a kneeling armbar. Ruca fought back with a hip toss and a flipping X-Factor, followed by a penalty kick off the apron and a kickflip moonsault. Dame took control by slamming Ruca into the announce table and hitting a backbreaker for a near fall. Ruca displayed her resilience, executing a springboard move and evading a lariat. Despite a strong big boot from Dame, Ruca came back with her signature Soul Smasher to secure the pinfall victory, qualifying for the NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match at NXT Battleground. Backstage shenanigans and confrontations. Ava Raine fined the D'Angelo family $20,000 for their recent infractions, which they promptly paid off with a smug attitude. Tony D'Angelo hinted at more shenanigans to come, ensuring Ava that everything would go according to plan tonight. Edris Enof and Malik Blade's backstage segment added a comedic touch, with Enof's obsession with a rabbit's foot. Their confidence was bolstered by Brinley Reese, leading to their upcoming match. Edris Enof Amp, Malik Blade vs Out the Mud, Bronco Nima Amp, Lucian Price. Enof and Blade showcased their athleticism with impressive double teams, including Stereo Frankensteiners and Topes Con Gyro. However, Out the Mud's brute strength prevailed, and they won by pinfall after a chaotic ringside brawl involving Brinley Reese and Jada Parker. Injury substitutions and intense promos. In the trainer's room, Oro Mensah stepped up to replace the injured Noam Dar for his match against J. Yvonne Evans. This substitution added a layer of unpredictability to the evening's proceedings. Backstage, Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice were ambushed by Carmen Petrovich during an interview, leading to a fierce pull-apart brawl. Women's qualifying match. Ivy Nile vs Lash Legend, NXT Women's North American Championship qualifying match. Lash Legend dominated early with shoulder blocks and mounted punches. Ivy Nile countered with a diving bulldog, but Legend's power moves secured her the victory by pinfall, earning her a spot in the championship ladder match at NXT Battleground. Intriguing developments and matches. J. Yvonne Evans denied involvement in Noam Dar's attack during a backstage interview, keeping viewers guessing about the real culprit. J. Yvonne Evans vs Oro Mensah. The match was high-paced, with Evans delivering powerful strikes and a Frankensteiner. Mensah retaliated with a rolling kick and a series of high-flying maneuvers. Trick Williams' presence at ringside added drama, and Evans capitalized on the distraction to win with a double jump tornado. Main event build-up. Wes Lee made an emotional return, expressing his deep connection to NXT in his journey back from injury. Oba Femi, Ivar, and Josh Briggs interrupted, each staking their claim for a title shot. The segment ended with the setup of a potential fatal four-way match, escalating the tension for future episodes. Tag team action and rivalries. Good Brothers, Machine Gun, Carl Anderson Amp, Luke Gallows, vs Ridge Holland Amp, Riley Osborne. The Good Brothers capitalized on a miscommunication between Holland and Osborne to secure the win. This match furthered the storyline tension within the tag team division. Women's match highlight: Carly Bright vs. Lola Vice. Carly Bright impressed with her agility and fiery offense, but Lola Vice's striking ability and a decisive hurricane earned her the victory. Post-match, Natalya and Carmen Petrovich attacked Vice and Baszler, adding fuel to their ongoing feud. NXT Heritage Cup main event: Charlie Dempsey, C, vs. Tony D'Angelo, NXT Heritage Cup. Round 1, Tony D'Angelo took the first fall with a victory roll after a technical exchange. Round 2, Charlie Dempsey tied it up with a Danielson special in the closing seconds of the round. Round 3, Dempsey's targeted strikes and a bridging German suplex earned him the second fall. Round 4, D'Angelo's power moves couldn't secure a fall, ending the round in a stalemate. Round 5, with Damon Kemp and Miles Bourne's interference, D'Angelo took advantage of the chaos to win the final fall with Forget About It, becoming the new NXT Heritage Cup champion. Closing chaos. Backstage, Wes Lee, Josh Briggs, and Ivar were found beaten down, with Gallus revealed as the assailants. This cliffhanger left viewers eagerly anticipating next week's developments. This episode of NXT was a roller coaster of action, intrigue, and emotional moments, setting the stage for high-stakes confrontations at NXT Battleground and beyond. Ring of Honor TV, May 16, 2024 review. The latest episode of Ring of Honor TV delivered a night of intense action and compelling storylines, seamlessly guided by the dynamic commentary duo of Ian Riccoboni and Caprice Coleman. Here's a detailed rundown of the night's events. ROH Men's World Television Championship, Proving Ground match. The show kicked off with a high-energy match as Kyle Fletcher successfully defended his title against Mentalo. Fletcher secured the win with an impressive inverted tombstone piledriver, solidifying his status as a dominant champion. Jay Lethal Amp, Satnam Singh, W/Sonya Dutt, vs. Dark Order, Evil Uno Amp, John Silver, with Alex Reynolds. In a thrilling tag team contest, Jay Lethal and the towering Satnam Singh, accompanied by the ever-strategic Sonya Dutt, overcame the formidable Dark Order duo of Evil Uno and John Silver. The match concluded with Lethal executing his signature lethal injection for the pinfall victory. Backstage promo: The Iron Savages. Jacked Jameson, Boulder, and Bronson of the Iron Savages delivered a passionate backstage promo. They declared their intent to rise above their reputation as mere stepping stones and vowed to bulldoze through anyone in their path, all the way to Titty City. Anna Jay vs. Tara Zepp. Anna Jay showcased her technical prowess and resilience, defeating Tara Zepp via submission with her devastating Queenslayer hold. This victory reinforces Jay's position as a rising star in the women's division. Sky Blue vs. Rachel Ellering. In another exciting women's division match, Sky Blue triumphed over Rachel Ellering. Blue's agility and skill were on full display as she secured the win with her signature move, the Code Blue. Backstage promo: Angelico Amp, Serpentico. Angelico and Serpentico aired their grievances in a heartfelt promo. They expressed frustration over the torment they've endured at the hands of Maria Kanellis, Griff Garrison, and Cole Carter. Angelico ominously warned that retribution was imminent and things were about to get ugly. Action Andretti Amp, Darius Martin vs. John Cruz Amp, Levi Knight. Action Andretti and Darius Martin displayed seamless teamwork and athleticism in their match against John Cruz and Levi Knight. The duo emerged victorious with a modified pump handle slam, further establishing themselves as a formidable team in the tag division. ROH World Tag Team Championship, Proving Ground match. The Undisputed Kingdom, Matt Taven Amp, Mike Bennett, the reigning ROH World Tag Team Champions, defended their titles against London Lighting Amp, Jason Geiger. Taven and Bennett demonstrated why they are the champions, securing a decisive win with their devastating finisher, the Rockstar Supernova. ROH Women's World Championship, Proving Ground match. Athena, the reigning ROH Women's World Champion, faced off against Nicole Matthews in a highly anticipated match. Athena's dominance was on full display as she pinned Matthews after delivering her finisher, the O-Face. Post-match, Athena sought to send a message by locking in the crossface on Matthews. However, Queen Aminata stormed the ring to make the save, blocking Athena's lariat and delivering a powerful headbutt that sent the champion reeling to the outside. This confrontation sets the stage for a heated rivalry between Athena and Aminata, promising more explosive encounters in the future. Overall, this episode of Ring of Honor TV was packed with thrilling matches and significant storyline developments, keeping fans on the edge of their seats and eagerly anticipating the next installment. TNA Impact, May 16, 2024 review. After a video recap of last week's episode, Tom Hannifan Amp, Matt Rehwoldt welcomed the audience to the broadcast before transitioning into the opening match. Ash by Elegance, with George Iceman, Def. Xia Brookside via pinfall, Swanton Bomb. After the match, Ash Amp, Iceman demanded Brookside hand her the bejeweled brass knuckles. Brookside hit a vicious jab at Ash with the brass knuckles before tossing them to Ash. Rosemary cut a promo backstage, where she mentioned that there is a time when you need to give up the stuff that makes you human, but it is only until she loses everything that she is free to do everything. Leon Slater Def. Alan Angels via pinfall, Swanton 450 bomb. Khan appeared after the match and hit the neck snap on Angels. Khan tried to attack Slater, but Slater tossed Khan to the outside. Gabby Laspiza interviewed Jake Something on the ramp, where he explained why he was explaining the origin of the Jake Something, but took offense to some of the questions asked, with Cody Deaner costing him the match last week. Deaner interrupted and tried to talk things through with Something, but Jake Something told Deaner he still remembers when he was left behind when he joined Violent by Design. Deaner apologized to Something and said he would always be family to him, but Something responded with a clubbing lariat to leave Deaner on the ground. Mike Bailey Amp, Trent Seven were interviewed backstage, where they reflected on their recent performances ahead of their #1 contenders match for the X Division title. Bailey Amp, Seven shook hands in agreement to see the best man win. Frankie Kazarian Def. Steve Macklin via pinfall, Fade to Black. The Rascals, Trey Miguel Amp, Zachary Wentz, distracted the referee, leading to Wentz spray painting Macklin in the face. Kazarian saw the opening and hit the Fade to Black on Macklin for the win. Tom Hannifan was in a sit-down interview with Mike Santana, reflecting on living his life in survival mode to make it through. Santana said a Christmas letter from her daughter reading that she wanted Daddy to stop rocked him to the core, and said that if that did not make him get it together, nothing would. Santana talked about the past 5 years of his life, where he reflected on being a year sober, and said that it motivated him to fight his battles the hardest, one of the reasons why he asked for his release from AEW. Santana said he now has the biggest chip on his shoulder and was here to take spots, saying he was here to go against anyone. First Class, Rich Swann Amp, AJ Francis, were with their entourage to scout the competition for some championships, which is why they would watch the match from the crowd. Champions Challenge match, Matt Hardy, Ryan Namath, Eric Young, Joe Hendry, Sami Callihan, Steph DeLander Amp, Spitfire, Jody Threat Amp, Danny Luna, Def. Laredo Kid, Jordan Grace, Mustafa Ali, Masha Islamovich Amp, The System, Moose, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers Amp, Alicia Edwards, via pinfall, standing ovation. PCO appeared after the match with a black bag. PCO pulled everything from the bag before revealing a black rose, which he gifted to DeLander. DeLander had a bamboozled smirk to end the broadcast. Value of wrestling promotional considerations. Attention wrestling fans. Get ready for an action-packed journey into the world of professional wrestling. Make sure you're tuned in, subscribed, hitting that like button, and turning on notifications so you never miss a moment of the excitement. Join the dynamic duo, Big Time and Paulus Clark, as they deliver live analysis of Raw and SmackDown, offering unique insights and expert commentary. Don't forget to tune in every Tuesday for the NJPW Rebound podcast, hosted by the one and only Miguel Z. And be sure to join us every Sunday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our weekly Roundup podcast. We'll explore wrestling's rich history, break down the latest news, and spark lively debates, all in celebration of our shared love for this incredible sport. We value each and every one of you as key members of our passionate community. Together, let's keep the energy high and the excitement alive in the world of professional wrestling. You are our tribe, and your support drives our journey. Let's keep thriving together.